Why hello there Internet, DDA here. I am here, are you? I'm feeling a little relaxed because I got back from the Chicago Regional this week, and now that I'm feeling nice and rested, I thought what better way to spend my Wednesday night than recording a reflection video of the Goku MP set that was released about a week and a half ago, and the new Blue Mastery, the Blue Tag Team Mastery. Now, I'm really excited about this new Mastery and this new MP set, more so the Goku MP set, although the Mastery does have its merits nonetheless. So let's just chill out with Goku Relax, level 1 MP, probably one of the best ally powers in the game, aside from Ginyu. Now, Ginyu has its power, its use. It does cost 3 stages though, Ginyu does. This power is a physical attack for 2 life cards. You get to return an ally from play into your hand, which opens up a lot of possibilities, especially considering the Blue Tag Team Mastery has a constant effect that only works when you have 1 ally in play. It does do 2 life cards, which means it's going to chip away at the opponent. There isn't much reason for your opponent to stop this. It does have a hit effect, but the hit effect isn't exactly the most powerful. If this ability hits at the end of combat, you may, which is great. Anytime they add may to an ability, it's great for your options, You don't have to do it, especially if you enter on your opponent and you don't want to put an ally to the top of your life deck and risk your opponent entering on you. But you may, if this hits, place an ally at the top of your life deck at the end of combat. So this gives a lot of options for Goku and a lot of options for the new Mastery. The new Mastery actually searches an ally out at the start of your opponent's first turn. If you get an ally in play to counter your opponent, or get an ally in play that you really want to see hit play early, then you can also use Goku's level 1 ability to get another ally that you would like in your hand. Let's not forget the bounce ability, because this portion of Goku's power is going to be the main reason that you play him. In terms of ally manipulation, there is no equal to Goku. He's going to be the top. Ginyu ain't got nothing on this guy. Ginyu's aggressive, Goku is control. Everyone's going crazy over this power because of how it interacts with Kami ally. You're going to be able to bounce Kami from play into your hand once per combat and immediately search out a Dragon Ball and place it into play. Just add in a few other abilities like Blue Back Break, Energetic Left Blast, and suddenly you're going to be able to get out 2 or 3 Dragon Balls in one combat. Now, I know everyone's going crazy over this ability and how it interacts with Kami, and I'm here to tell you it's going to be strong. We will see a Dragon Ball deck. Dragon Ball decks already existed, although you may not know that. Dragon Ball decks already existed. Garlic Jr. win by Dragon Ball very frequently. Lord Slug wins by Dragon Ball, and as well as Krillin can win by Dragon Ball. But the main point and the reason that this combo isn't broken is that Kami places the Dragon Ball into play. So sure, you place into play Dragon Ball 1, Dragon Ball 6, even Dragon Ball 2 and Dragon Ball 4 to not much effect. However, once you place into play Dragon Ball 3, Dragon Ball 5, and Dragon Ball 7, then you're opening yourself up for your opponent to steal them and really swing the combat on you. You're giving up the power by using Kami's ability, so you're just letting the opponent have free reign over this power first in combat. Another main use of Goku's power is with the new Vegeta ally, which, if your MP is Goku, you may place him into play at 2 power stages above 0 from your hand in order to stop a physical or energy attack. Play the Blue Tag Team Mastery and place Vegeta into play first in the first turn of every game, bounce him with Goku's power, and suddenly you're not going to be missing the Blue Protective Mastery at all. Or get a different ally, and then just put him on the top of your life deck to draw. Who cares if your opponent enters? You have a free block now. There are many uses with this level 1 power, and this is just one of the reasons why I love Goku. He's just going to be such a versatile personality and used in so many different styles because of this level 1 power. It gives you ally manipulation, ally searchability, chip damage, all in one. It even allows you to go on the offense, because if you have an ally in play that's limiting you in some way, like Roshi or Yajirobe ally, you can easily bounce him into your hand to just stop his effects and be able to use your search abilities like Blue Terror and Blue Lunge. Also, allies with one-time use abilities like Bulma can be reused with this ability. Moving on to his level 2, Goku Motivated. If you thought Gohan, the main personality, was useless before, after reading this level 2 power, there's no question now. Goku Motivated has a constant ability that gives all your attacks +2 life cards. Yes, that includes your ally powers. So if you have Yamcha ally or Tien ally in play, suddenly their attacks are hitting for 5 life cards instead of 3. As icing on the cake, when entering combat, this guy can choose an ally that you have in play and make it so no one can make him leave combat or leave play. Now this does affect yourself, so you can't use any of your abilities that you would want to make him leave play. I mean, obviously you're not going to choose an ally that you would want to have leave play, but it does limit you a little bit. Next up, Goku Level 3 Calm just has a power attack. To be honest with you, when I first read this guy, I didn't think he was even going to stand close to the current Level 3. The current Level 3 in almost every style is just super strong because it gets a driller setup from your discard pile. And setups especially are very powerful in almost every single style, blue being no exception. However, this guy stands on his own. He has an energy attack for 6 life cards costing 0 stages. And immediately you may search your life deck or discard pile for an ally and play it, meaning it's going to come into play at 3 power stages above 0. And also activate any effect that says when you play an ally. This ally can then make actions regardless of your MP's power stage, which is great. I mean, you have an energy costing 0, so chances are it's not going to be very easy for you to drain to 0. If this attack hits, if your next action is performed by an ally, it can't be stopped, which is just crazy. And this is the reason why this MP, this level 3, stands up to the old level 3. Can you imagine the possibilities with making any attack unstoppable? Any attack unstoppable. That means any hit effect in the game you can make unstoppable. Any super high damage attack you can make unstoppable. Can you think of a super high damage attack that Goku has? Kamehameha! Super damage straight to the face. That's right, people. We're not so calm anymore. Super damage straight to the face. 30 damage, unstoppable. Orange. Hey, blue has tons of drills. You can play lots of drills in blue. Clear your field. Do a 30 damage Kamehameha, unstoppable to the face. Level 4 dashing Goku is coming straight at you. It searches an ally out from any zone. The banish zone, the discard pile, or life deck. Then you choose any ally in play, and they can make actions regardless of your MP's power stage. Also, then that ally that's doing actions regardless, all his attacks are doing +4 life cards. +4 life cards. Place into play Chiaotzu at his highest power stage every combat, do every attack from your hand, and then end with Chiaotzu's power for 11 damage. There is no question that this Goku MP set is not only versatile, but it is super strong. It offers a different kind of ally deck. We got it, we know what Ginyu does. It's aggro, you enter every combat, you search for an ally, blah, 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 blah. But this is new. This is a new ally deck that's going to be bouncing allies into play, searching them from different zones, adding damage modifiers, and protecting his allies. It's Goku and Friends, and he's not just going to be used in blue. Black Style adds a damage modifier, and this Goku has 2 attacks on his early levels. He also has an ally search ability, which makes up for the fact that other styles may not have as much searches as blue does. Get to the level 2 and add super damage to your allies. Suddenly, your Tien is hitting for 6 life cards in a stage. Yamcha for 6 life cards in a stage. The new Vegeta ally's energy attack only costs 1 stage and has a maximum damage potential of 4 life cards. Goku Saiyan is just going to be as powerful because you're going to turbo level up to level 4. I don't really think that this Goku MP set is going to play the new Saiyan Mastery because it doesn't really care about doing physical attacks. However, the old Saiyan Mastery is going to offer rejuvenation to keep you alive, gain you anger as fast as possible, and get to that amazing level 4. Also, Saiyan just got a great attack that immediately searches out an ally. Saiyan, Goku, and Friends, people, it's a thing. But enough about the other styles. Let's talk about the Blue Tag Team Mastery. We already kind of talked a little bit about what the Mastery does, but let's go over each ability and how just great this Mastery is. At the start of your opponent's first turn in the game, you're going to get to search your life deck out for an ally and place it into play. This means that any sort of MP that would really like to have one ally in play, or decks that have allies that completely counter them, are just going to be petrified when they see this Mastery on the board. Goku loves this mastery to play Chi-Chi first turn, maybe Oolong, or maybe Yajirobe or Master Roshi to shut down the opponent's Ginyu deck. Even more nasty is getting Master Roshi with this ability. In the mirror match, if your opponent goes first and you search out Roshi, you will actually nullify the other opponent's blue tag team mastery. You will nullify the searching of the ally for him. It's just unfair. I mean, you go second. It's like, I'm happy to go second. Let me get Roshi, and then just, you know, forget your mastery's power. The main effect of your mastery's power. I'm sorry, I cry. Villains are gonna love this ability even more because it's gonna allow you to search out Frieza first turn against Namekian decks, Nappa first turn against Black, and some red decks. Villains just have tons of options with Garlic Jr., Zarbon, Dodoria. There's tons of strong allies for villains that if hit play first turn, you can just put pressure on your opponent. The second part of the mastery makes it so that if you only control one ally, the ally can't be discarded by crit effects, and this is highly undervalued. I don't really hear many people talking about this part of the mastery yet, and I think it's mainly because they haven't played the deck, but this constant effect of the mastery is so strong, and is one of the main reasons why this mastery is actually going to be viable. Because when your allies in play, you're basically never gonna have no allies in play, unless some unforeseen event happens where your opponent, you know, shuffles an ally or does that ridiculous Saiyan card that gets rid of 6 allies. Or you're always gonna have an ally in play, and you know, critical damage is something that's common. And ally decks complain a lot about how crits will clear their board. Well, no one worries with that with the blue tag team mastery. So if your deck really relies on having an ally in play for redirection of damage, or having an ally in play for a specific power, you can ensure that stays in play, at least mostly, with that constant ability. The final ability of the blue tag team mastery is very nice. I wouldn't say it's particularly too strong, but it's it's a power for consistency. It's good. I think it's a less strong as people are taking for granted. The last portion of the ally mastery it's okay. I don't think it's as strong as people are making it out to be. At the end of combat, it has a power that you get to search your Banish Zone for an ally and place it at the bottom of your life deck, which it's great. It gives you an extra card. And it makes it so your opponent can never truly get rid of all your allies. Your opponent, you know, they're going to be in the discard pile, and blue has plenty of effects to search allies from the discard pile. You know, Battle Readiness, Lunar Ray, and I'm sure there's going to be more that come out in the next set. However, let's keep in mind this ally power, it's only used at the end of combat, so it's not going to help you in combat. And really, how long is it going to take you to get allies in your Banish Zone? Chances are the first combat, your opponent probably isn't going to banish any allies. The second or third combat, probably. Yeah, I would say there's a good chance. So you'll get maybe 1, maybe 2 cards, allies, back into your life deck a game. If that, you know, a maximum of 3. I don't see you using this power more than 3 times a game. So it gets them back in your life deck, so if you have a search ability, it becomes a lot better. Search abilities are going to be a lot better in the tag team mastery because you can always ensure that you have allies in your life deck. A card like Blue Taming Technique that has a great Guardian Drill-esque ability, but it only searches out allies from your life deck, just became a lot better. I used, you know, previously, Battle Readiness was the go-to, you know, 2 allies versus 1 ally, no contest. However, Taming Technique gets it into 4 power stages above 0, meaning you can actually use Chaozu's power, and then you get a Guardian Drill-like ability, which means if you're a control deck, you can actually utilize some setups in your hand and not have them be dead cards. Likewise, when you always have allies in your life deck, that card is going to be very strong. So what MPs are going to like to play the Blue Tag Team Mastery? Well, obviously Goku. I mean, he's coming with it, and all of his powers are based on allies, so I see no reason why Goku wouldn't want to play this mastery. You know, Vegeta kind of makes up for the Blue Protective Mastery, and there are a lot of cool things I think you're going to be able to do with Vegeta. Blue Nappa is going to be off the wall. He really is. Like, first turn Vegeta, ensuring your power is 5 stages, and then possibly playing Turtles, making all your styled physicals do plus 5 stages. Suddenly, your blue lunges are knocking your opponent clear to 0, doing AT plus 10 stages. Your back breaks are hitting for 10. Everything's just hitting like a truck. And you can ensure that at least Vegeta is staying in play, or at least Turles is staying in play from critical effects. I mean, you know, you're always, and that's what was one of the main problems with Blue Nappa. Like, you had these excellent allies that you kind of revolved your deck around. Like, you played about 4 to 5 allies. You really always wanted one of those allies in play, but you couldn't really get, if you didn't really get the allies out quickly, then you kind of fell short in the damage department. And if your opponent cleared your allies off the board, well, then you were kind of SOL. So with this mastery, you know, you give up the defense, which, whatever. I mean, I'm going to clear your board completely of drills and setups with confidence, and I'm just going to be doing way more damage than you're doing. Who cares? I mean, Blue Nappa is just going to be very good with this mastery. And for those of you out there, and you know, I talk about some good things about the mastery, but there are some bad things. You know, it doesn't give you an action, blah, blah. And this mastery is not, let's be clear about this. This mastery is not going to save you from 17. It will not. 17 gets to banish 2 allies every turn. At the end of combat, you're going to rejuvenate 1 ally. Well, not rejuvenate, but, you know, get an ally back from the banish zone. 1. Every turn he's banishing 2. It is not going to save you, okay? This mastery will help you. It will make sure that you can do some ally things every game. Like, it will give you consistency with allies. But if you're a personality that doesn't benefit strongly from having an ally hit play from the first turn, from the ball rolling first turn, then you're not really going to want to play Blue Tag Team Mastery. You're probably going to want to play the Protective Mastery. It gives you the defense that you need to last out in combat. And that's why I see a lot of people going just nuts crazy over this mastery in Ginyu. And to be honest with you, I just don't see it. I think there's going to be a blue Ginyu tag team deck, but I don't think that deck is going to be like the Ginyu decks we see today, like the Ginyu decks we see winning regional events. That deck's going to be very controlly defensive. Whereas the Blue Ginyu deck of today is just aggressive. It plays mostly attacks, it enters on you first turn, it uses its power, and it does lots of physicals and some energies. If you're playing a tag team deck with Ginyu, the thing that tag team gives you is that first ally search ability, okay? If you're playing a tag team deck with Ginyu, and you get that search ability, you already have the search of your power. So it's kind of like Blue Tag Team is adding to your advantage with Ginyu. So it's not filling in a weakness of Ginyu, it's adding to your advantage. So you still have this glaring weakness, that is, if your opponent does manage to clear your allies, he's weak, and he has a 3-stage costing energy. And that 3-stage costing energy is the main reason you're playing Ginyu. Your mastery wants to help you with your weakness. And Blue Protective Mastery helps with Ginyu's weakness by ensuring that you can use that 3-stage cost energy. 3 stages is a lot, people, for only 4 damage. Like, I know people say that Ginyu's level 1 power is the best level 1 power in the game, it's the best. But it's 3 stages. And I think we're going to start to see how costly that power is with other personalities coming into play, like Android 20. But the point is, if you play Tag Team Ginyu, and your opponent enters on you and disrupts the ally that you happen to get, like if they enter on you with a blue back break or a black chin kick, you will lose if you don't draw a physical block. You will get locked at 0, you only have 2 PUR, they'll get rid of that ally, and you know, you're just gonna lose. I'm sorry, guys, like, I don't see the tag team deck being useful for Ginyu. Or in the least, it's gonna be a control deck. It's going to be a controlled defensive deck to make up for the, not having the protective mastery, and then relying on your allies to do the damage for you. That will probably be a deck. I'm not sure if it's going to be a top tier deck, because it's not the deck that we see today. So I hope you guys liked my breakdown of the new Blue Mastery and the new Goku personality. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned. I got the next one. Vegeta just came out, Vegeta Orange, and, Black 18 came out too. I got a lot of stuff to make up on, so stay tuned. I'm going to be coming out with these videos very soon.